Hey, I just want to take a second here to talk about habits. I think that I have a couple friends who've been commenting on some of my posts and talking about how habits are hard to break, and honestly, they are. It kind of just depends on how much willpower you have and how it's hard, and if you need support and finding the right support and things like that. So, um, you know, there's tons of different habits, eating habits, trying to work out, trying to be positive, things like that, and so like I've talked about quite a few times, I'm kind of a negative person, or I was more of a negative person than a positive person. And that is a hard habit to break, especially when things get a little bit crazy. Um, you know, Not that work isn't good, but when you have 4 appointments a day and, like one buys, it kind of makes you think about that negative aspect of what you're trying to do. You set a goal for yourself and you're not reaching that goal. So the easy thing to do would be just stop, don't follow it, don't continue to do it. Or the hard thing to do is to continue doing what you're doing and know that what you're doing is right. So a lot of it comes with trusting yourself and trying to figure out whether you trust in what you're doing or not. And if you don't buy into what you're doing, you're not going to keep the habit. So I would say write it down, think about it, put it in your notes on your phone, whatever. Write down the reasons why you're doing what you're doing and what makes you happy about those things and why you continue to do them. That way you have a reminder to go back and look on when things get negative. And then also think about some positive things about the reasons why you're doing what you're doing. Because, as far as like how your process is, what is the benefit of your process, who's there to back you up, who you're doing it for, things like that. Find reasons why you do that are positive, so that the negative ones are outweighed by the positive ones. If you can't outweigh those, then you got a problem. You need to figure out what you need to change and why you need to do it. There's nothing wrong with reflecting. There's nothing wrong with thinking about what you're doing. But if you sit there and you camp on it for more than a day, or more than a few days or whatever, you're going to sit there and think about them a lot. With all the good things that I have going, I had a couple customers the other day say that, maybe I didn't have enough experience to do what I'm doing. And it's really easy to judge someone based on something, but when you explain to the best of your ability what the product does and then they just don't understand or don't get it, you can't control that. What you can control is the way that you handle the situation, how you react to the criticism. And criticism is tough because it is what it is. Someone's critiquing what you're doing. It's not that they think that you're dumb or whatever. They're just trying to figure out why you did the things that you did. They want to give you a little input on that. There's nothing wrong with criticism. You need to learn to be able to take it in the right way versus the wrong way. Now, that criticism is different than negativity. If someone is completely sitting there and just busting your chops about everything and making fun of you and it's a whole different thing than a constructive piece of criticism where someone's like, hey, you did it this way. I probably would have done it that way. You go about it in a different way. When I was in school, they talked about this criticism sandwich, which is a real great way to think about it, where you talk about the one thing that you need them to fix, got that backwards. You talk about a good thing that they did, then you talk about one bad thing, and then you give them another positive reinforcement, because there is a way to find two good things for every bad thing that you have to criticize. So, hey, great job with this. You're going to need to fix that, but you're doing, it's going to get better, something like that in that type of form. So think about the way when you criticize someone, how you criticize them, because some people take it pretty hard. And in a world like we've talked about that sells negativity, like this world, like I said, I've said a few times, look in the news, find the positive stuff, because there's not a lot of positive stuff that people advertise because negativity sells. So don't sell your negativity, sell your positivity. Think about that. Think about how you sell yourself. I know I didn't do a video yesterday. I try to do one every single day. Got a little busy, but I really would appreciate it if you commented or liked this video. I'd appreciate it if you followed me. If you haven't, if you see this video and it reaches you and it helps you, make sure you comment. Tell me what you want to hear. But I really implore you to be a positive person. So anyway, I'm on all social media at Wes at Blind Appeal, on most of them, at Wes Blind Appeal without the at in the middle of that, on Twitter. Follow me on LinkedIn, Wes Tankersley. I sell blinds for a living, but I also am trying to be a motivational speaker as well. So, hopefully this helps and finds you. Have a good day.